What is going on, everybody? My name is Baloo and welcome to the jungle. This is the channel where we take a very simple approach to technical analysis. We look at the price in the context of volume using the Wyckoff method. If that is something that interests you, then why don't you hit the subscribe button or leave me a follow on Twitch. I do this every single day except for the days that I don't. So today I actually want to talk about a YouTube video that I just watched by Meet Kevin. Some of you may know Meet Kevin. He's a very popular YouTuber, and he talked about kind of tax strategy in regards to what he is speculating Elon Musk is doing with this large purchase of Bitcoin, which I'm sure you've heard about by now. $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin purchased in Tesla's name as a part of their cash holdings. So we're going to kind of dive into that, and we're going to take a look at the Bitcoin chart. We're going to take a look at the Ethereum chart, and then I'm going to leave it up to you guys to leave in the comments section any charts that you want me to take a look at. So first, I'll pull a chart up, but what I really want to talk about is how the American tax system works in regards to corporations and what Elon Musk and his tax team, his team of accountants, have figured out in regards to how they can kind of leverage the volatility of crypto to their advantage. Basically, how it works, by the way, I have linked the video down below, so after the stream, feel free to go and look at that video because Meet Kevin does a far better way of really getting into the nitty-gritty and explaining exactly what tax exploits he is doing. But basically, the quick and dirty explanation as to what he is doing is basically any loss that the company incurs as a result of an investment can be written off as an expense. So what that does basically is if Bitcoin goes down in value, the earnings report for Tesla in that quarter will show poor earnings. The poor earnings will cause Tesla stock to sell off, giving the opportunity for not only Tesla to do stock buybacks, but also give savvy investors or anybody that is privy to what is going on an opportunity to buy Tesla stock at a discount. That is what is happening. That is what happens if Bitcoin takes a downside move. Now, what is interesting is if Bitcoin appreciates in value, you don't need to declare the increase in value as an earning because it is locked up in an investment. So basically, if you take a loss, you get to write off that loss, and if you take a gain, you get to keep that gain. So it's like the ultimate no-risk position while holding an asset that is proving to be valuable and a part of the ecosystem going forwards. And I think that it's brilliant, and I think that it is paving the way for a lot of Fortune 500 companies to kind of consider taking advantage of volatility. People, and Meet Kevin talks about this, people confuse risky with volatility. I think we're at the point now where we can consider Bitcoin, it's not going anywhere. It's been around for 11 years, and it's probably going to stay around for at least another 11 years. So, risky is when a company is at risk of going bankrupt. Volatility is price swings. So they've kind of leveraged that ability to, capitalize on volatility. Yes, I'm getting a comment in the chat. Capitalism at its finest. The system works for the super rich, but long story short, this opens the door for institutional investments in high risk, high volatility assets such as Bitcoin, and potentially, as the space progresses, some other assets like Ethereum. I don't think Ethereum's quite there yet for institutional purchases, but in terms of Bitcoin, we're there and we're seeing institutional adoption, and it's amazing that we're seeing this. Anyways, I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Again, you can go and take a look at the link down in the description section below This is on YouTube, so sorry if you are joining me on Twitch. I will try and get a link on Twitch. You know what? I might even just be able to pull it up. I'm going to drop it in the comments section here. My apologies. I should have had this prepped, but let me just go into the chat here. There we go. A link on Twitch. Oops. You know what? I might even just be able to pull it up. Don't need that feedback. All right, there we go. So yeah, I've left a link down in the description of or down in the chat box for those who are joining me on Twitch. Feel free to go and check that out. So yeah, let's dive into the charts here. I just want to take a look at, and the music. All right, there we go. So yeah, I've left a link down in the description of what is going on. Chat box for those who are joining me on Twitch. Feel free to go and check that out. Okay, my apologies for that. Still getting used to the dashboard here. There we go. I think that's all fixed on the music side. Okay, there we go. Let's get into the charts. So here, just a refresh on what is going on with Bitcoin. So we are in this reaccumulation schematic. Those who have been watching the stream know where we are. It looks like we're curling over a little bit. I'm sure we could go down to some small time frames and kind of see if it is a distribution. It kind of looks like a reaccumulation. So it looks like it's just taking a breather here. We might just carry forwards with this price action from here. I don't know if we're going to get much of a backup. We might get a little bit of a backup, but you know, the space is really bullish right now. So don't be surprised if it doesn't come down for a full test of the top of the range. What I'm talking about, of course, is, you know, a test down to this level here. Something like that. Don't be surprised if we just, you know, take off from here. The space is incredibly bullish. There's just so much positive sentiment in the space here, and we're seeing a lot of follow through in a lot of these assets. So, you know, I'm not going to dwell too much time on Bitcoin. I think the structure is very healthy. I like everything that I'm seeing inside of Bitcoin. There's just a ton of bullish news that is coming out, and you know, the price action reflects that. So let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum also looks very good. I'm gonna kind of try and clean this up a little bit. I got a lot of labels. You know what? I'm just gonna delete this, and I'm gonna throw on a fresh trading range to kind of go through what it is that I'm looking for on Ethereum. So just gonna throw that on there. From the change of character here. So depending on how you draw it, I mean, we're at a resistance. Depending on where you draw it, you know, we could say that we are on support, but, you know, let's go to the point at which there's market consensus. Nobody can make the argument that we are not under resistance. So if we draw the lines like this, it looks as though we're just under the resistance point of this ascending channel on this reaccumulation range. So what we would want to see is a break of that level. The volume is very consistent and declining throughout this consolidation range. This is very, you know, good to see. We don't want to see too much volatility in the volume. We want to see it be very consistent and going down. So the volume overall is contracting while the price is ascending. So this is kind of a bullish divergence. It's getting easier and easier for the asset to move up in price. So, you know, it's very bullish structure that we're seeing here. And if we go with the horizontal trading ranges on this, let me just take this down and go drop a few horizontal rays here. We can see that we're breaking through a lot of highs. So this was our buyer's climax right here. We broke through that level. We had another level that we broke up here at this upthrust here. Broke through that, came down, tested it beautifully as support, and now we were up at this level over here. Thanks for the follow, Frequent Pilgrim. And this level also is showing a little bit of a breakout. So, you know, we're making higher highs, we're making higher lows, we're seeing the supply get absorbed. You know, these wicks, when you have a wick, a lot of people think that it can be bearish, but it's not bearish until it confirms bearish. You always have to wait and see how these things develop. So we had a little bit of a rejection on this wick here, but the price continued to climb. That's just indicating absorption of the supply. You know, those people that were selling here, they're not there to sell again. So we've absorbed their supply and we're ready for price appreciation. ETH futures launched with pretty much no effect to the market whatsoever. That's very bullish. You know, a lot of people were quite scared with the CME Ethereum futures launch, and it was pretty much a non-event, just like I kind of said it would be. So yeah, go ahead and leave some charts that you would like me to take a look at in the comments section. And while you are doing that, I am going to pick one chart that I was looking at in a previous stream, and I just want to talk a little bit more about this project that I've become quite bullish on since I have discovered it, and that is Morpher. So Morpher, I really like the fundamentals on Morpher. In fact, let's just go ahead and recap what we found there for those who are new or just tuning into the stream here. 23 viewers, beautiful. On Twitch, 37, nice, beautiful. I'm glad everybody is here. Morpher, if I can spell it, there we go. And we'll go to the website here. And this is what I've been talking about for a long time. If you're in the Discord, you know that I've been talking about emulating the financial instruments that we have today in a decentralized way, and the ability to trade stocks, tokenizing stock certificates, tokenizing commodities, tokenizing this, tokenizing that, and decentralize everything. I'm very bullish on projects like that, and I think that you know, this is the way that the market is headed. This is the reason that DeFi is being built. And, you know, I'm very bullish on this kind of stuff. So let me just pull up a chart on this one. I'll pull the USDT pair. I'll go to chartx.pro. Chartx. Chartx.pro. Is that right? I believe. There we go. And I will pull up MPH. For those who are asking where to purchase MPH, right now it is only available on a decentralized exchange. So I don't really think that's what I want here. So you are going to have to get familiar with the DEX. DEXs are not great right now because they have a ton of gas fees. The gas fees in Ethereum, if you're going to buy on the Ethereum chain, is pretty darn expensive. So, you know, you need to kind of make it worth your while, you know, do your own research, do your own due diligence. Don't get financial advice from a cartoon bear. But yeah, this is what we're seeing on the US dollar pair. I'm just going to go to the area chart just to kind of clean it up a little bit. I'll drop down to the 4-hour. And we have this buyer's climax here. Let me just zoom out. Very good price structure. I think that, you know, nobody really, I don't know anybody talking about this. You know, it's just so happened that it ended up in one of my YouTube comments and took a look at it, and I really like the fundamentals of the projects. I don't think the technicals are quite there yet, so I do think you have time on this asset. But, you know, the technical aspects, or sorry, the fundamentals are super bullish, and that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that technical signal. So I will jump back over to the 12-hour just because the candles are very messy. It's very illiquid, you know, it's all over the map. So I'm just going to clean it up with the area chart here. Market cap, I think, is unknown right now. Market cap is still currently unknown. This is, you know, it's total coins. Yeah, we don't know the circulating supply. Total coin supply is 1.2 billion. So, you know, there is a lot of coins, but we don't know what is in circulation. We don't know much. What I do know is that I feel that the space is headed in this direction. You know, the tokenomics, you know, we don't know. We don't know. Okay, so here we are. We have our buyer's climax. I guess I could check it out on Etherscan. But we got the buyer's climax, and we have the automatic reaction. And we're just range bound right now. So what you're looking for when you're in these consolidation ranges is you're looking for either a break to the downside to buy in the oversold condition, or you're looking for a break of the top of the range, giving you, oops, whoa, hello, giving you kind of a sign of strength. Just back that up. Let me try that again. Giving you a sign of strength. So, you know, if you get into the oversold condition, that would be a good buying opportunity once you got back into the range. If you wanted to be really bullish, you could buy it when it was out of the range. Or you could go to wait for the sign of strength and watch it hold as a backup. If you could get it to hold as a backup and confirm support, that would be a good entry as well. I think you have time on this one, especially when we go to the Ethereum pair. So on the Ethereum pair, it's not a good chart. It's really not. And a lot of these people trading on DEXs, you know, they're kind of the Bitcoin whales of the last cycle, and now they're kind of Ethereum whales. I think Bitcoin is going into the hands of institutions. Obviously, there's still Bitcoin whales and Bitcoin maximalists out there, but I think a lot of the large players and a lot of the crypto money from the previous cycle has transitioned into this DeFi space, and you know, they're watching their Ethereum pairs. So on the Ethereum pair, we want to see this structure kind of break. So, you know, we're kind of in a rounded bottom formation right now, and rounded bottom formations take a while. They take a while to develop. They take a while to break structure. They take a while to get going. So I do think that this is going to be kind of a longer term play. This is not something that you need to go out and FOMO into. So that's kind of the message that I wanted to convey to you guys today, because when I talked about it on the stream and I looked at it for the first time, I got really hyped as to what I was seeing on the fundamental side, but from the technical aspects, we're not seeing anything that is worth FOMO. You can take your time with this one. So on the Ethereum pair, we just need to see this kind of bottom out and see where it heads from that point forwards. All right, let's go and take a look, see if we can get a little bit more information on the tokenomics. I'm just going to copy the contract address here, and I'm going to go to Etherscan. And I'm going to paste in the token address. Morpher, come on, give us more information. Nope. Yeah, so I don't have enough information on this to get you any sort of circulating supply, total supply, anything like that, fully diluted market cap. All of that information doesn't seem to be available. Yes, venture capital at its finest. So, you know, it's a high risk play. I like the fundamentals, but I'm not FOMOing into this. I don't hold any MPH. I am waiting for the signals to come in. I want to see this kind of go. I might buy a little bit, but I'm not leaning into it heavy until the signals come in. I'm just not, you know, I don't like to tie my capital up for long durations of time, especially when you're in a very strong trending bullish environment. So for that reason, I'm not doing much with that. So let me take a look at some of the comments here and see what other coins we can take a look at. Uniswap. All right. We can look at coins that have left the building. A lot of these ones have gone. Unistake, all right. Haven't heard that one. We'll take a look at that. Okay, so Uniswap looks like it's meeting a little bit of resistance, not in the form of supply though. You can see that the supply is relatively low. So, you know, we're seeing price appreciation on decreasing volume. That's typically bullish. We got bullish kind of candles, a lot of demand coming in, higher highs, higher lows, working on printing another higher high. I think that, there's nothing that says that this can't keep going based on the volume and based on the structure. A lot of people are going to, want to point this out, the clear head and shoulders. And I want to advise you on how head and shoulders should be interpreted. I think that head and shoulders can kind of really screw people up a little bit, because what a head and shoulders is it is a trend reversal. This area right here has not confirmed anything. This area right here has not confirmed that it has not made a higher high. It only confirms when it breaks the neckline. So we can draw the neckline down here. Until this curls over and breaks that neckline, it's not a head and shoulders. Right now, we have a low, and we have a higher low, and we have a high and a higher high, and we have an area that hasn't decided what it is yet. It's still working on the price action. So if we break a newer high, it's not a head and shoulders, and it's going to keep going. So you really have to, be careful with head and shoulders, because trend is really, really important. You want to make sure that trend is, intact. If the right shoulder is higher than the left shoulder, you shouldn't be worried because it's a higher low. Don't just see the pattern and think that, downside move is imminent. Could it go down? Of course, anything can happen. But as far as the technical indicators, I'm not seeing anything happening or anything too bearish on that side. So Uniswap, take a look at BAL, B-A-L. So those, I know a lot of people in my Discord are charting this one. I am not charting this one. I'm not really paying attention to this one. It looks like I was once upon a time. Looks like I drew a nice accumulation range on this one. And it looks as though it was a valid range. We had our seller's climax, our automatic rally. Let's actually label those. Seller's climax, automatic rally, and we went through that range. We got a little minor sign of strength here. We got a major sign of strength with a backup that held, and we've been appreciating ever since. So this one's kind of, left as far as, a good entry on this asset. Doesn't mean that it can't keep going. It just means that right now I would wait for some more price development to come in. So we can drop down to smaller time frames. Let's go down to the 1 hour. And we'll just pop on a range real quick and see what we can see. So, we have a little bit of a change of character here. We're kind of going up and then sideways. So I'll just drop a line at the buyer's climax right here. Buyer's climax. And then that goes down to our automatic reaction. So we're range bound, respecting the range. So you're either looking for a spring. Springs are great on reaccumulations. I don't advise that you buy springs on accumulations, bottoming patterns. Don't buy springs on bottoming patterns. Buy backups on bottoming patterns. And if you're really bullish on the asset, you can buy a spring and a reaccumulation. But right now it's not really in a buy scenario. There's no buy signal here. So you would just want to set some alarms. You can set an alarm on the buyer's climax. You can set an alarm on the automatic reaction. Or what you could also do is you could just grab a parallel channel like so, and you could pull that across and then bring that down to the automatic reaction. And then you can set an alarm on the channel itself. It saves you one alarm, so you don't need multiple alarms for the same asset. You can just find the range, and if it breaks the range at any point, you can get the alarm to go off. So that is Balancer. RYIP and RYI. So this is one that I was looking at, and I think they're starting to do well. It's been a while, actually. When was the last time I was looking at this one? So I'll just pull this over here. Let me just pull this down. I was looking at that one on Dex Tools. This is one that I took a venture capital position in. So, a high risk play, but nonetheless, I took it. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. So RYI, kind of a bottoming formation here. We got some nice demand, but a ton of supply coming in. So this is pretty good resistance here. We have a ton of supply coming here. The people are selling, whales are selling at these levels. So does that cause kind of a cup and handle formation? Does that cause a double bottom? We don't know. We're going to see how the price develops. But as far as where we are right now, a ton of supply came in, an unusual amount of supply. So that's kind of a characteristic of a halting of price appreciation. When you have a consistent climb in the volume, that's quite healthy. That's showing that things are heating up and things are getting more bullish, and there's that things are naturally progressing. And when you get a huge supply a huge supply spike rather, that is a whale stepping in. That is the composite operator stepping in and saying, no, that's my target, and you're not going to pass that level. So that is RYI. RYIP just kind of broke through resistance down at this area right here. We can draw a line. I will draw a horizontal ray right about here. Kind of need to break above. We're just working off this. We're working out this area of resistance. We're trying to hold it as support, flip on top of that. If we can hold this area and continue up, breaking this level here at the buyer's climax, that'll be a lot better. These two coins are kind of connected. They're in the same ecosystem, so they kind of perform together. One does well, the other does well. One does poor, the other does poor. So the technicals on RYI don't look as good as what is going on currently on RYIP. It's kind of a no. I don't really know what is going to happen with that one. So that is those coins. Let's get this one. Let's get our main window back up and going here. Okay. What else do we want to take a look at? Unistake. Okay. Unistake. Wow, there's a lot of ones that I haven't seen. Wow, $50 million market cap on Morpher? Is that right? That's crazy. Wow. Yeah, that's nuts. No promotion going on there. You'll probably end up waiting for that one. I do think that the structure is not bullish yet, so you might end up waiting. But where was I? Unistake. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at Unistake. What is Unistake? What does Unistake do? So down 30% on the day. Unistake.com. Let's just look at the technicals. I don't want to dive into the fundamentals here. Okay, so it pumped and it's hit a climactic action here. Let's go over to our chart. Let's see what is the ticker on that actually. Oh, it's Unistake. Okay. Unistake. Wrapped Ethereum. Let's see how it is hacking against the Ethereum pair. So let's go to a higher time frame. Let's go to the 4-hour. Yeah, big sell-off, lots of volume. Yeah, this is kind of the first move. Man, it didn't do anything for a very, very, very long time, and then it really started to go. So there's not a lot of price structure here. There's not a lot to go off. Pretty much all we have is a tentative range. We're in early phase A of this accumulation or reaccumulation on this asset. So basically here is our buyer's climax. This is setting the top of the range. And here is our automatic reaction, setting the bottom of the range. And that's all the info we have. There's nothing that we can really do with this one right now. It's a no trade scenario. From the bottom to the top of the range is a 260%. Oh man, so you're gonna deal with micro cap coins, you're gonna see volatility, and that goes both ways. Don't always think about the money that you can make, because when you think about the money that you can make, you often lose. It's better to think about the capital that you can protect and let the money come in naturally. So don't just throw money at all this high risk stuff. It's crazy. it's just crazy. You don't know anything about this coin, and when you can't place a stop loss, it's much better for you to just place a stop loss into these venture capital plays. If when you're trading on a normal centralized exchange, if your typical stop loss parameters are somewhere around $100, $200, $500, whatever you're okay with losing, and you kind of trade based on percentages of your portfolio, when you're doing this venture capital stuff, put in your stop loss, and that's it. You can't just buy some tokens that are your typical stop loss on an exchange, because just being range bound, you can 2.5x. So, please be responsible. Don't be a degenerate. I don't know what it does. I'm not going to dive into the fundamentals on it. It's too early. We can start to watch this price develop, but that's about it. BIDAO, okay, BID. That is a more developed coin. BID, let's take a look at that. BIDAO, Tether on Poloniex. Poloniex doesn't have very good liquidity. Let's see if Binance has it. Does Binance have it? Bitcoin, USDT. No. Okay, we'll go with Poloniex. Poloniex it is. All right, so let's just zoom out and let's see. Oh, this is nice. So I'm gonna go to a higher time frame here. Let's go to the 8 hour and let's stretch this out a little bit. Now, when you're analyzing bottoming patterns, you need to make note of the change of character. It's like it's where you start, okay? At what point do we stop going down, and at what point do we start going sideways? Where is that point where we stop going down and we start going sideways? So it's somewhere in this area. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh wow, the volume is very weird. Yeah, volume is incredibly weird on this one. It's just, it had a climactic action and then the volume just died. So you're gonna want some solid confirmations on price structure with this one before you do anything. You wanna back it up with good fundamental analysis, of which I have done none. I'm just gonna focus on structure for right now. But we have a change of character somewhere here, and that is going to be where we start our trading range. So I'm going to drop a horizontal ray. Let's call it right there. This is the change of character at the seller's climax. Seller's climax right here. And we will go to our automatic rally right here. Automatic rally. So that is our trading range. A little bit of a break of the range down here. We can make note of that. Nothing serious, so I'm not going to make it a bright, scary color. I'll just make it a nice, dull color here. I will try to make it a nice, dull color. There we go. Make note of that. But for the most part, we have respected the range. A little bit of an up thrust here, but came back down to the bottom of the range, but respected it overall. We're now at the backup, so there's nothing conclusive here yet as far as the structure. Nice buy signature here, nice volume signature on this. And there is kind of declining volume. Oops. There's a little bit of declining volume on increasing price, kind of that bullish divergence, that ease of movement. Oh, well, it's backwards, but you know what I'm saying. Ease of movement to the upside, but we really need some good confirmation. It's starting to get there, but it's really not at the point where I would feel confident in buying. I mean, the volume is just so low. And what the volume is telling you is institutional buying. You need to make sure that institutions are here. The volume is pretty inconsistent. We got some signals, but I want to see better price structure. I don't mind letting price develop and go to higher levels to get that confirmation. When you have confirmation, it's a far better investment, and you're kind of jumping in at the beginning of momentum. If you buy too early, you lock up your capital. It sits too long, and it's not able to appreciate in value as quick as you would like it to. Oh no, my battery is dying. Okay, what time are we at? Okay, I am at low battery, so that was not planned. Uno momento. short and quick disconnection here on the video feed. I believe we are back in business. Short and quick. That was pretty painless, actually. All right, so we're back. Yeah, I want to see better price commitment here. I want to see it develop. I'm okay with letting it get away a little bit. I want to see a nice sign of strength inside of BIDAO. I've heard this name before. I think that it's a project that got a lot of buzz, but I don't know what's going on with the fundamentals. So, yeah. We need to see a little bit more price development here. Okay, what else do we got? FLM just broke local resistance. So this is one that we've been charting in the private group, both the Bear Den, of which I am a writer and contributor, and my personal server as well. If you aren't in my Discord, feel free to follow the links down below. Yeah, so FLM, Flamingo is kind of breaking the local resistance. This is what we like to see. We got nice price structure inside of Flamingo. This is a decentralized exchange on the Neo network. So, its DEXs are so hot. They're really doing quite well. If you buy and hold a DEX, based on the current history that we're in right now, I think it's a pretty safe play. So, yeah, FLM is breaking out. That is looking good. Check out Furum Network, Matic. So I've charted Matic before. I really struggle with that chart. I know that it's doing well lately, but I never took a good position in Matic. Oh God, okay, well, it is what it is. Matic was a very strange chart, and there it goes. So what you're waiting for is you need a reaccumulation to develop. So here was our last accumulation range. You need to wait for it to develop. It's very irresponsible and very bad for your portfolio to buy big green candles. You need to wait for a consolidation. If this is the top, which judging by the volume, it does not look like this is the top, but let's say this is the top, this is the change of character. You really need that price structure to develop and get those higher levels before you can really commit to any sort of position that you could feel good about. I don't recommend that you buy anything that is straight up because you don't know what the next move is going to be. So you really need to kind of siphon through the charts and find better setups. I know that there's some incredible and innovative projects in the space that you want to get involved with, but when they look like that, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. So just be careful of that. Okay, what else? SXP. So that's an interesting one. We've been charting in the private group as well. A lot of people got really burned on SXP. So a lot of people hate SXP, but I think they're building, they have a good product. And I think that, we're coming off of a bottoming pattern that has been performing very well. I think that, SXP has a very good price structure here. We're breaking a lot of resistance. I think that there is some sort of airdrop that is coming in. So be careful, people got burnt before, they might get burned again. SXP might just be one of those coins that really hurts people, kind of like, XRP and some of those other ones that you just never know what they're going to do. But as far as right now, we are starting to go parabolic. We are starting to see a very strong trend develop. I don't think that it is at a conclusion yet. We are increasing in price on decreasing volume. Do your own research, get a good entry, trail your stop loss, and we may as well just talk about trailing stop losses right now. Trailing a stop loss. When you're moving in an asset that has a good amount of momentum, you want to be very good at identifying support and resistance, okay? So let's call this our stop loss line. My stop, right here. Let's say I made an entry on support right here and we started to appreciate, came down on a new level of support, and then the asset started to climb after that. Once the asset has left this area of support to go and discover higher prices, if you wanted to be aggressive, you could move it up to that area of support. and every time it makes new highs, you're going to trail that stop up with it. Depending on how bullish you are and depending on the duration of time that you would like to hold the trade, you might put it on the first support line, you might put it on the second support line, you might even put it on the third support line. It entirely depends on your strategy and what kind of a trader what kind of trader you are. Are you doing longer swings? Are you buying the accumulations? Are you getting in when it's hot? These are the things that you need to consider when trailing a stop. But if I was to handle something like SXP right now, I'd be trailing a stop on that asset. Okay, let's see here. 1 inch. 1 inch has been on a tear. I saw 1 inch kind of slowing down, and I kind of closed the position to unlock a little bit of liquidity on 1 inch so that I could take a position in another asset that hasn't quite appreciated so well. But this is another one. Again, please join. Sign up for the free newsletter at least, because we do a lot of these releases and we talk a lot about these coins in detail in the free newsletter. So go ahead and follow the link in the description. Go to arcanebear.com, sign up for the free newsletter. You just need to go onto the website, just wait for a pop-up to appear and just register your email, sign up for the free newsletter. But on top of that, I want you to consider investing in your education and joining a group that not only has consistent calls, like we have been killing it lately, but also, offers such a supportive community where all of your questions can be answered. Well, most of your questions can be answered. We have so many people, from developers, from, coders, analysts, traders. Like, we have so many people coming together and helping each other through all of this, all of these different topics and areas of discussion. If you have a question, that's the best place to get it answered. Yeah, you got to pay, but you get what you pay for. A lot of these free Telegram groups and these free Discords, you got to siphon through a lot of bull crap to be able to get to the good information. And the problem is, if you don't know what is up and you don't know what is down, then it's hard to figure out what is good advice and what isn't. So, having some people that you can trust on their opinion is very valuable. So I encourage you to join the private bear den. Links are in the description below. So yeah, on 1 inch, we are range bound currently. We did get a little bit of an up thrust that did get rejected. Minor sign of strength, but the level was pretty much defended. We're just kind of watching this range develop right now. I did have some more bullish point and figure targets up at about $7. It looks like the supply came in. Well, the supply hasn't even come in yet, so we're just kind of range bound for that next move higher. Could potentially break through even $8, but don't take my advice. I just think that we're kind of getting near areas of supply. So, be careful on this one. I hear that, the fees aren't as good as they were when 1 inch was first launched. I don't understand the protocol enough to kind of tell you as to why, DEXs are pretty complex things with a lot of factors that I don't understand. But 1 inch was very cheap on fees. It was saving you a ton of money on fees, and apparently that is not the case anymore. So, it is what it is. ETH fees are brutal right now. Okay, Avalanche. This is one that Tio from the Arcane Bear has been telling you to buy since it was $2, and now it's at $42. So I'm kicking myself for not buying this one. He was screaming, saying this is a fantastic protocol, and yeah, it must be true because man, that is straight up. I don't know what you want me to do from a technical point of view. Number go up. That's all I know. Don't buy it. It's straight up. You don't buy it. Thank you, T. I do try to keep this pretty chill. There's enough shillers in the space. There's enough hype in the space. We don't need any more hype. People get too excited. People get too hyped up. The hype is good for clicks, but man, it gets people wrecked. So I do try to offer an environment that focuses on education and focuses on just controlling your emotions, because volatility and making money and losing money, it is such an emotional space. So you really need to find those oases where you can kind of keep a level head and really make rational decisions, because this market is insane. And if you follow these shills, they're just going to tell you to keep buying. Like, there's people on YouTube today telling you to buy Avalanche, and it's going straight up. You know, it's there's not enough price structure to really hold as support on that. I don't recommend that you buy it. I think that you should have bought it. Like, I should have bought it, but I did not buy it, so I'm not going to buy it. What else? Walton Chain did very good on the previous bull market. Just woke up. Please take a look at Walton Chain. Okay, and there's too many. There's too many coins, guys. Too many coins. So I'm sorry if I skipped yours, but I am going to wrap it up. I'm going to take a look at Walton Chain, and that is it. And I am sorry if I randomly skipped your coin. I just kind of look at them, and it is what it is. You'll have to catch me on the next stream. I do this every single day, except for the days that I don't. All right. Got some old drawings on this one. So do hit the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Let's get this algorithm in my favor. I'm trying to make more of a presence on Twitch too. So please do go ahead and follow on Twitch. The Twitch algorithm is a lot easier to manage. Basically, the more people watching the stream at the time, the higher I rank in the stream category. So go ahead and help me out on that. And if you would like to be notified as to when I do go live, join the free Discord down below. There is a link in the description, and you can go ahead and join my jungle. All right, so Walton Chain, I feel like we have more history on this one, but apparently not. You know what I think it was? Walton Chain had a fork or something. So, yeah, I know that this has more history, because it is from the last cycle, and this is showing 2020. So there is more history on Walton Chain. It's not here. So, bottoming formation. We'll keep it really simple. Bottoming formation here, and change of character here, and a change of character here. So let me just erase that stuff, and we'll kind of draw a few lines, see where the range was. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this area right here was the seller's climax. We can mark that as the seller's climax. Let's get that onto my presets here, seller's climax. And then we have the automatic rally right here, kind of a tighter range. Automatic rally. Thank you guys for all of the follows. That is great. Fantastic. Yeah, we're making moves. We had an accumulation, very volatile, hard to read accumulation. You would have gotten faked out, and accumulations can be hard. And then I want to swear, but the crappy part about what happened is you had so many up thrusts that had failures back into the range. And then you had one that didn't even back up, and it just took off. What a tease. What a brutal coin. So this is one that's really kind of hard to read structure. We have a ton of volume coming in, huge volume signature, huge supply signature coming in here. So this is, we need to see what happens next, but that's a ton of volume. That is pretty much equal volume to, well, it's the highest volume signature we have seen thus far in this chart. So, yeah, I think that it would make sense that this would be a temporary conclusion. We could watch for a range to develop. So, we could speculate that maybe, this is kind of, we'll have some sort of range develop here. It hasn't developed yet. So don't buy these green candles. Don't buy this big move up. Wait for the range to develop. Wait for the range to develop. Don't FOMO. Control your emotions. Be smart. Even if it means giving up profits, you have to be smart, okay? Because this is crypto, man. It will rip you apart if you are not smart. So please. All right, guys, I don't have any more time for looking at any coins, but I would like to thank you for joining in the stream. This is definitely a record for me. I have 47 people watching me right now. That is crazy. So thank you for coming in. Thank you for supporting. If you're new here, please follow, subscribe, like, whatever it is that is the equivalent of like on Twitch. And if you want to keep up with my analysis and have the opportunity to talk charts and whatnot, go ahead and join the Discord. That is all the time I have for today. Until next time, please leave. If you would like me to take a look at the project, please leave them in the comments section down below and I will get to them next time. And please trade safe. It is a jungle out there. Peace.